For more now, we bring in ABC News contributor, former senior CIA field operative, Daryl Blocker, also ABC News national security and defense analyst, Mick Milroy. Glad to have you both. Mick, I'd like to start with you. The site containing hundreds of graves that we just saw through Tom, discovered close to a town after rapid counteroffensive by Ukrainian forces in what has now been a 7-month war. Has the stalemate been broken? Is Ukraine gaining advantage, or is it too soon to tell?
So I think the stalemate has been broken, and the Ukrainians definitely have the advantage. We're seeing a full retreat by the Russian forces back across the border. And I say retreat in that a military operation, when you leave an area, is called withdrawal, which you do orderly. Retreat is essentially just drop everything and run. And that's what the Russians are doing. Unfortunately, we are seeing a lot of evidence of what we expected. War crimes that are going to be investigated for years, if not decades. And hopefully those that did these crimes will be brought to justice.
Nick, does this make Russia somehow more desperate, and will they up the ante against civilian attacks?
I think it does make them more desperate, Deidre. This is looking like a political catastrophe for President Putin. He's going to get a lot of pressure internally. He's having to try to draw new forces, going to prisons even to try to do that. And he's losing one of his key allies in China, who I think had a hard time accepting partnership with Russia in an unpopular war, but a really hard time with an unpopular war that they're losing.
Daryl, picking up on this political point, to bolster the offensive, the Biden administration announcing another $600 million of military aid that was yesterday for Ukraine, so including more of the weaponry that has helped its troops seize momentum. What specific weapon systems, what specific strategies is Ukraine using to make this progress?
At first glance, the current $600 million package has precision HIMARS ammunition, precision Javelin, howitzer, and the mine clearing equipment appear to be best suited to the current offensive, of which Ukraine is clearly winning.
Okay, Nick, I want to pick up on something Daryl just mentioned, Ukraine winning. You mentioned this point as well. You were showing us as well this idea that Putin is going to prisons essentially to recruit. What happens next? I know nobody has a crystal ball, but what happens next in your view, and where?
So I'd first like to highlight something that Daryl just said. The United States has been providing equipment that was specifically tailored for this counteroffensive, to include mine clearing equipment, armored vehicles. These really allowed them to do and move as quickly as they have. So to your point, what is happening next? I think likely the Ukrainians will try to consolidate the gains they've already got, gain as much as they can, and then really start digging in for the winter. This is going to be a very difficult winter. Energy supplies are going to be short, but they really can try to enhance what they've already gained, pushing more into the east and maybe even into the south through Kherson, trying to get all the way to the Dnipro River, and therefore cut off the water supply to Crimea. I think that's what's going to be the next thing on the plate for the Ukrainian military.
Daryl, on a scale of 1 to 10 for the Kremlin, what is the most likely scenario in the sense, do they order a full military mobilization at this point?
A full military mobilization will still not overcome the fact that they do not have enough trained troops. Typically, there's 2 million people that are held in reserve for the Russian armed forces, but only 200,000 or 10% of those are receiving consistent training. So even if they do a full mobilization, two things happen. That proves that everything that Putin has said today is just inaccurate, and it proves that he has made mistake time and time again, and it's going to lead to more questions. And right now, they're calling him out on television. They're calling him out on the Duma. He is definitely not in the position he thought he was going to be in February.
Daryl, Mick, thank you both very much for contributing your perspective. Really important on this 7-month conflict. We appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.